Okay, we are live. Hi, Ed. Welcome in. Thanks for coming.
Hello.
Feel free to eat your lunch or whatever while you're here. Hi, Abby. We're just going to be, probably both of you will be able to review your sites. We're first going to go over some information just and tips about SEO. And then we'll dig into both of your websites to look at maybe some things you can improve or what you're doing well. So I think this might be it for everyone who is here today, which is lucky for you guys because yes, I know your mic is blocked. That's totally fine. If you want to say something, just type in the chat, or I actually don't think I can tell your mic. Yep, just type in the chat if you want to say something. We'll be here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, actually. So I'm Julia. I am our digital marketing solutions advisor, or our subject matter expert. So I know all things about our services, what we do, how we do it, why we do it. And I'm able to provide guidance and advice for marketing strategy, how you use different streams of digital marketing. And also here today we have Mariam. She is our SEO specialist. She can tell you almost anything about SEO and how to do it correct. So we are just going to go ahead and dive into, first of all, what is SEO and what you can expect from using SEO. So first of all, SEO stands for search engine optimization. It's the practice of optimizing your website and online presence to appear higher in search engine results pages, such as Google. But this also applies to other search engines like Bing. Some key elements include website optimization. So you want to make sure your website is fast, mobile friendly, easy to navigate. Use keywords that your customers are searching to find your business, your industry, any services you provide. Content, super important. We'll touch on that. Blogs, case studies, resources that build trust. They give more information about what you do, why you do it, how you do it. Backlinks as well. These are links on other people's websites directing them to your website. So this builds trust within the search engine, and they will show your website more often because of that. What you can expect from SEO is obviously more visibility on search engines, higher traffic over time, better engagement with CTAs and links, and technical improvements like speed and indexing. So SEO is a long game. Results grow steadily over time. Typically, we say to wait 2 to 3 months to really start to see some growth, because it takes a while for these search engines to work through the improvements that are being made to index and crawl your website. Mariam, anything here that you wanted to touch on?
No, I believe this is it for the moment. We'll deep dive in later while doing the audits.
Okay. Next, we're just going to go over 5 simple SEO tips for B2B businesses, and really all businesses, but this is more tailored to B2B. So using the right keywords is super important. Typically what we do is we do a lot of research ahead of time. We try to understand your goals and think like your customers. So what words or questions would they type into Google or other search engines to find your business? We then use those specific words. Yep.
Sorry for interrupting. Yes.
It's okay.
While talking about the keywords, one of the most important things that a lot of specialists and business owners forget about is matching the intent with the not only with the intent that people are searching for, but also doing just a simple Google search to identify what Google or other search engines think that people want to see on the search engine result pages. Meaning, if you are searching a keyword like I cannot think about any keyword. Let's say IT managed service provider. If you are searching this keyword and you see on top 10 businesses with the home pages or with service pages, that means that Google thinks when people search IT business provider, they want to find some services, businesses who provide them with this service. So you cannot expect to have a blog post targeting this keyword and featured on Google's top result pages. This is why it is very important to check, double check, and match the intent with the page, with the content while talking about the keywords.
Mhm. So like you said, titles, descriptions, content. So you show up when people search. Yeah. Okay. Additionally, make your website easy to navigate. This is pretty straightforward. Keep it fast, mobile friendly, and secure. We are super great about doing that because we use WordPress. And I think everyone should use WordPress. I just read a statistic the other day that 43% of all websites are made on WordPress. So it ensures that your site loads quickly and keeps people from clicking away. If it's fast, if it's slow to load, I'm not going to stay on that page. I'm going to go somewhere else. Mobile friendly, so it should look good and work on, phones, tablets, laptops, every device. It should be optimized for. And then using HTTPS, it will show your visitors that your site is safe and secure, and hackers can't get in. And of course, we are not only a digital marketing agency, but we are with Click Solutions, which is a IT company, technology company that works with cybersecurity, and we always make sure everything is safe.
Another note here about the mobile friendliness and also about the page speed. So from 2023 or 2022, I do not remember exactly when, Google introduced as mobile first indexing, which means while crawling your website, they first will use the mobile version of your website. So if the mobile version is not optimized and if your website is not mobile friendly, you cannot expect Google to index and crawl the website and keeping it in its database. So if you do not think about mobile friendliness as a first step while working on the website, you cannot expect to have higher organic traffic, or in some cases, even you will not have any organic traffic.
Okay, good to know. I didn't even know that. It's good though. Okay. Next up, sharing helpful content. So this is super, super important, like I said earlier, and I'm sure Mariam will explain more about this, but writing blogs, FAQs, or guides that answer common questions your customer have, share useful tips, or explain how your product or service solves a problem. This builds trust and helps people find you online. Mariam, do you want to explain that a little bit more? Why blogs are so important, FAQs, guides, things like that?
When it comes to content, SEO specialists always say that content is the king. And I believe with this phrase, we emphasize how important the content is. So there are no any comments or notes to add here. Just always remember that the content is the king and everything is coming from the content. Sometimes even when the content is very, very good, when Google cannot take, Google will close an eye on some technical issues or some any other minor issues if the content is really good and answers to the questions, to queries that users may have. Yes, content is very, very super important, I would say.
Mhm. Thank you, Mariam. Also, an important thing to note is getting featured on other websites. So we call this backlinks in the SEO industry world, right, Mariam?
Yes.
Okay.
Links coming from other third-party websites pointing to your website.
Yeah. Yep. So this once again tells search engines you're trustworthy, and it helps improve your ranking in search results.
It is also a way, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. It is also a way for search engine bots to identify and just to know that you exist. So this is like if you run a business, not in online world, but in offline world, if no one talks about your business, you will not find any customers, right? Few people will just come to your shop or to your offices because they were just crossing it, etc. But if your customer is happy with your service, they will talk about your business with other people, and you will have some and you will be known in your industry. So backlinks provide backlinks help you to be identified and to be known for search engines, and this is also a way to tell search engines and to other people that you are one of the best in your industry and they can trust you and you have authoritiveness in your niche, in your industry.
Mhm. Okay, thank you, Mariam. And then lastly, keep track and improve. So using tools like Google Analytics or Google Search Console will help you to see how people find and use your website, how long they stay there, which pages they're viewing most often, I believe. And then you can see what's working, update your content or website regularly to keep improving. And so that is all we have for our tips today. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Mariam is now going to pull up some of your websites, and we're going to do a little bit of a dive into what your website is doing on the SEO end.
Thank you, Julia.
Mm-hmm.
We can start from Atlantic, if I pronounce the name correctly. Let me share my screen. Thank you. I have it here. But so we will use some SEO tools during the audit. I will explain all the other stuff a bit later. But when we do an SEO audit, the first step is checking the robots.txt file. This is also a first step for search engine bots when visiting your website. What is it? Basically, here you tell the search engine bots which pages to crawl and which pages to not crawl. If you forbid them to crawl, let's say in this case, you banned the search engine bots to crawl everything related to HubSpot CMS, if I understand it correctly. So they might crawl these pages. They might follow these path, but they will never show to the users whatever they will search. So this is the root directory for your business, for your website, sorry, to help search engines to understand which pages crawl and keep in their database, or in other words, index, and which pages do not. So I cannot say whether this is done intentionally or not, whether these pages you have banned search engines but to crawl is correct or not. You can tell me which pages these are and we can identify whether it is good or not. Okay, it is intentional. So according to SEO best practices, the next is to have sitemap listed in the robots.txt, which you do, but I would just a small comment. I would suggest to have it in the end of this disallow file, because search engine bots read the website from the beginning to the end. So they will read is like disallow, disallow, disallow. Then they will see the link to the sitemap, and they will go to the sitemap, and you cannot be sure that they will read these other three or four, sorry, paths, and they will not crawl them. So just small feedback to have the sitemap at the end of the robot.txt. And the second thing that they do is checking the sitemap. Sitemap is the list of the URLs that you as a business owner, as a webmaster, think that they are very important for your business, for your website, and you want search engines to crawl, to index them. And when users searching some information on search engines, you want your pages to be shown on search engine result pages. If there are any pages that you don't want search engines to show to users, you need to make sure that those pages are not included in sitemap. Those pages can be like category pages, tag pages. Why? Because there are no category pages and there are no tag pages. Yes. Why? Because they will consume your crawl budget. Crawl budget is each website has a crawl budget, which identifies how many pages Google can crawl and index. If you have all your pages indexed and included in your sitemap, Google automatically will crawl them and will keep them on their database. And once you will consume all your crawl budget, other important pages won't be indexed. So this is why we always say this, that keep only the important pages on your sitemap. And if there are pages that do not have any importance, just remove from your sitemap and keep no index, such as category tag pages and so on. Another note that I just see we can talk about, it is the structure of URLs. And so Google does not prefer to have underlines in the URL. So I have seen a lot of underlines on the website. This is not something that will prevent you to have higher organic traffic, but it is something like nice to be checked, nice to not have any underlines. Another thing is we try to keep the URLs as short as possible. Do not have any numbers if it is not if it doesn't have any high importance, let's say, and also to keep them very descriptive. So, for example, let's see about the blogs. Okay, so here, for example, 6 reasons you should consider hosted unified communications. So in SEO industry, we call this flag, which just identify that the content that you have on this page belongs to this URL. Slack needs to be very short, up to 5 words, and there is no obligation, or it is recommended to include only the primary keyword in the URL. So if I will optimize this URL, which is 6 reasons you should consider hosted unified communications, I will just have reasons consider hosted unified communication, because when we talk about this Slack, even these these kind of words, which we call parasite words, are not so important, and you can just miss it because Google will understand what you mean. But since you have a lot of these kind of pages, do not do any actions do not redirect or change this URL flag. Just in the future, when you are adding new blogs, new pages, keep this in mind to have this flag up to 5 words. In ideal words, it should be 3 words, max 3 words, sorry, and do not include any unnecessary wording there, just the primary keyword. So once we make sure that we are doing good in robots.txt and sitemap, the next step is to crawl the website on Screaming Frog. The Screaming Frog is it is a SEO tool, a very well-known SEO tool when it comes to the technical audit, and it helps us to crawl the website and identify what's going on and what we do, how the website works when it comes to technical SEO. Are there any major SEO issues or not? It is very simple. You can even use the free version. There are some limitations, and the limitations is about the URL count. So if the website is too long, if the website has, sorry, a lot of URLs, you cannot fully crawl the website. But even the free version will give you overall idea of what is going on. It is very user-friendly. Even if you don't have any understanding about SEO, it gives you here the all the issues that the website has, ranking them from high to low. We have 3 prioritization for the issues: high, medium, and low. And once clicking on the on the issue, you will see here the description of issue, what is it, and how even to fix it. Sometimes it can not be 100% accurate, but it gives you overall idea what's going on and what issues you need to work on and fix. So even though it is not fully crawled yet, we see that there are a lot of internal error pages, 400 error pages, which I will recommend to redirect to other corresponding pages. So what is internal client error page? So that means that those pages do not exist anymore. They're just there. They might be indexed or they might not be indexed, but those pages are most likely available to Google. This is also another way that you consume your crawl budget, not efficient way. So I would highly advise to manually check those pages, see what's going on, why those pages are broken. Again, are those whether they are broken intentionally or not, and redirect them to other corresponding pages. So the other issue that we see here is security mixed content. This is not something that is, let's say, issue. This issue, according to Screaming Frog, a lot like that. You will not find any website that doesn't have this issue. So I would advise not to pay attention to this issue type. The third one is that according to Screaming Frog, there are HTTP pages. As of now, it is fully crawled, so there we have 18 HTTP pages, which is again not so good. Let's check, are those pages live or maybe they are not?
Mariam, after this one, let's move on to Abby's website.
Sure. So this is an image, but again, doesn't matter. I would highly advise to make those URLs HTTPS, because even there are only 18 URLs, but this will impact on your website authoritativeness and trustworthiness. Another issues that we have is page titles over 60 characters. So what is page title? It is the title that you see on search engine result page when searching something, and Google has limitations. If it exists, if it is over 60 characters, users will see just 3 dots there. They will not be able to fully read the title. So this is highly recommended to make sure that you don't exist these 60 characters, but sometimes those limitations are not so well. Sometimes you cannot obey this rule and exceed the character limit, but just make sure that your primary keyword is being used in the first half of the title, so it will be visible to users. So according to Screaming Frog, there are H1 pages. There are pages which means H1 tag. So well, I would advise to add H1 tag, because this is super important to Google, because H1 tag also is a way to show Google what is your primary keyword, and help them to understand what the page is about. So I wouldn't pay attention to this pagination URLs. Like, I wouldn't say that it is issue that blog page 2 doesn't have any H1 tag, but it is issue that blog doesn't have H1 tag. Contact us and schedule a call. Pages do not have tags, and also these other location related pages. Also, when it comes to the H1 tag, each page, should have one unique H1 tag. So make sure that you don't have any multiple H1 tags in your websites. So there are again URLs that contain space, that you can see this % sign here. Again, this is not something that advised to have on your URLs, and this is an issue that you can look and fix them if these pages are indexed, and if you want them to be shown on search engine result pages. If these pages are not indexed, you can just ignore this issue. Alt text are a short descriptive text which help search engines to understand what the image is about, because they are not able to see the image. Again, this is very important, and I will highly advise you to add the alt text, because it is important not only the search engines but also people with disabilities, vision disabilities. They use these devices that also are not able to understand what the image is about, and alt text help them to understand what the image is about. Do you have any questions related to this technical SEO stuff, or we can move forward with the current performance of the website?
You said excellent review. Thank you.
So to check the current performance of the website, we use SEMrush, which is a great tool when it comes to not only SEO but other digital marketing channels as well. With it help, we can see what is going on, how many traffic the website receives, organic traffic, what keywords are ranking. Let me share my screen. So Sorry. Yes. First, that we have here, it is the authority score, which is SEMrush's own metric to, let's say, sum up overall your organic performance to give you an idea how you do. It doesn't have any connection with Google, so you can just ignore it because it is very manipulative, and even domain age can impact on the authority score. So if you have 10 years old domain, your authority score can be 70 or 85, I don't know, but it doesn't mean that you are doing good when it comes to SEO. So, oops, it is Canada. Sorry. The next thing that we can see here is organic search traffic, which is 3.2K according to SEMrush, but it is not so trustworthy because SEMrush use its own metric, own algorithms to count the organic traffic. It is based on the number of keywords, the where you on which position these keywords are ranking for. So to have better understanding about the organic performance, I would advise you to review Google Analytics data, which is the most accurate tool, like let's say one of the most accurate tool to use to check the or the website traffic, not only the organic one. Also, we can see here the number of backlinks, overall how many links you have pointing to your website. We can see some paid source traffic data, but since it seems that you do not run any ads on search engines, it is not showing us anything. We can see here that the majority of the traffic, 80% of it is coming from the US. And since you are targeting US, it is great. Nothing to worry about here. Something that is not so, I would say, something that is considering is this chart of your organic performance traffic for the past 6 months, because there are a lot of ups and downs, and it is not constantly growing or constantly decreasing. So something is going on, which will need which needs to have a better review and auditing to identify to understand what's happening, why you in some cases have higher traffic, let's say according to SEMrush in March 20, you had more than 4,000 organic traffic, and then just in March 22, it was 2,000. This is something that should be worried, and you need to take some steps to understand what's going on. It may be just some keyword fluctuation or some other stuff, but this needs carefully reviewing. And one of the most important things that SEMrush can provide us with is the number of, is the keywords that the website is ranking for. Here we can check the keywords that the website is ranking for and on which position it ranks. Just a minute, sorry. Yes, so we can see here that for the domain name Atlantic, you rank on the first position, which is good, which should be so. So nothing to worry about here. We can see here that for some keywords like fiber internet and its alternative, you are ranking on the top pages, and this is one of the key pages, one of the pages that brings you the most traffic. Yes, so you also rank in some
Mariam, can
people
we
also
move on
ask
to
section. Mhm.
the other website. We're running out of time here.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Sorry. If you don't have any
It's
other
okay.
questions, if you have any questions, I can answer. If you do not, we can move forward with blink of an eye.
Thanks,
Thank
Mariam.
you. So,
Let's for this one, let's maybe just go through a little bit of Screaming Frog and mostly SEMrush, so we're not getting too technical for
so I
repeats.
think SEMrush in this case will be good because we audit this website some time ago, and we already know about the technical issues that the website has. Let me share my screen. Sorry, my internet is super slow today. Okay, so again, we do not pay attention to the authority score because it is SEMrush on metric and doesn't have anything with Google. So for the organic traffic, we can see that there is huge fluctuation and I see that there is a tendency of decreasing. So because you you can see yourself as well that the organic traffic decreasing, and again, this needs to be addressed. What's going on and why so? Let let me open the report about organic traffic, and we will see which pages lost their traffic. We can go to pages if we want to understand which pages drop the traffic. And we can see that the homepage dropped, I would say, drastically, because in this case, losing 61 traffic, it is huge because the website does not get any huge traffic. So in this case, this is something to be worried about. These might have some connections with the keywords, with the overall authoritativeness of the website, with the trustworthiness. So especially when the traffic loss is coming from the homepage, this should be addressed as soon as possible. This needs a further investigation to understand what's going on and addressing this as well. Just an idea. Also, this might have some connection with overall what is going on with the SEO industry, because with this Google AI overview, you might notice it that when you search something on Google, you will find your answer in Google AI overview part, the text part, in search result page. When Google generates answer to your query, and you don't need to go further and click and visit to other websites. So this might have some connection with it as well, because all the websites see this decrease in the traffic. So we see that there are only 3 pages that generate traffic to the website. One is the homepage, and then the podcast page, and also the story of Louis Phillips. So in this case, I would highly recommend to check what's going on with the other pages and to understand how you can improve those pages' performance as well. Let's see the keywords that are ranking. Okay. So for the kind of all the variation of the domain name, you rank in the, let's say, up to 10 position of Google, because for link of an keyword, it is in the ninth position, which is okay because it is the kind of separate, and Google is not sure 100% that when people type this way your domain name, they want to see your website exactly. This is a common issue and common thing to see. Okay. Okay, so we also see that the website ranks for some informational keyword like how to price match on Thrive, but this is on the 7th page of Google. But this is also a good sign. This means that the content, the page is performing. You just need some additional SEO efforts to improve its position. You can just work with the titles, change the H1 tag or H2s, to add some internal links, to check the meta description, just do A/B testing to see what's going on and how you can improve those pages performance. But again, one of the most important thing is that um, people know your. Oh, sorry, my
Oh
I don't
no.
have just a minute. I'm sorry.
But, we'll wait for her. I hope this has been useful for you guys so far.
Oh,
You are
sorry,
muted, Mariam. There you go.
sorry. So I'm back. Um, there's a question.
She just said I needed a better way of understanding how to communicate fixes for our website.
Okay,
Thank you for that.
so the thing is that the traffic is mostly coming from your domain name, which is a good sign that people know that you exist, know that there is an NGO called Blink of Name. Your main task will be to work on the content and to cover topics that are relevant to your audience, and trying to make those pages to perform and bring you organic traffic. I know that you don't have, you are not a SEO professional and you may not have these tools, but I will give you some advices on what to do and how to cover a topic. So you can just ask, you can start from the most asked questions that you get from your targeted audience. So what are the pain points? What are they worried about? What they want to know? What kind of information they cannot find on internet? And this kind of this this can be your first point of doing research to identify what are the biggest areas. Then start grouping those topics and see which ones you can cover. And while working on the content, um, just imagine that you are talking with 3, 4 years old kid. Start with what is this, what is that, how to do this, how to do that, and provide the best information that you can. The information should be accurate 100%, and this should be helpful. So having this idea in your mind that the content should be accurate, helpful, and it should address your audience's concerns, will be the greatest point to start. let's say you have the draft of the content. Make sure that it is divided by headlines or headings or subtitles. Doesn't matter how you will call it. Make sure to include some bullet points to improve the readability. Avoid long paragraphs. Have short paragraphs up to let's say one paragraph should have 3-5 sentences. Do not use long sentences. Do not use passive voice. Also, also link to your other pages. So if on your content you say you can call us, make sure to link to your contact us page. Make sure to add a link to your homepage, to other relevant content, so people can navigate through your website and stay on your website as much as possible, because this is not officially confirmed, but Google also, for Google, it is also ranking signal that how much time users spend on your website. If they just land to your page, they will spend, let's say, 5 seconds. This will be a sign to Google that your website is not so helpful and useful to users. And in other cases, Google might decide that your website will not be shown. If you are talking about some stats, some facts, or using some information that you are not going to talk about, let's say you're using some business names, for example, make sure to add a link to these external sources as well to help users to find information, and also to give a sign of Google that all the information that's listed in this content is 100% accurate. While linking to external sources, try to link only trustworthy websites like Wikipedia, New York Times, I don't know, some other sources that are highly reputable. Sorry. What else? Also, make sure to have the meta title and meta description. The title and description that we see on search engine result page. The meta description should be short, up to 160 characters. It should tell people on search engine what the page is about. That's it. That is the only reason that we have meta descriptions. In 70% cases, Google will revise the meta title and meta description, but it is mandatory for us to provide it to Google. Doesn't matter whether Google will decide to use it or not. I believe for the content, that's it. If you have any other questions, I will be happy to answer them.
Okay. I think we're going to wrap up here, guys, unless you have any questions. Abby, I see you're typing. Give you a minute. Second.
Thank you.
Okay, wonderful overview. No other questions. Great. Okay, thank you guys for joining. I'm going to send you a recording of this. I'm sure there's a lot of information to digest. I hope you took notes. I can send you the notes from this as well. I hope to see you at our next webinar. We do Q&A sessions every single month. Ed, we already had one this month, and we will have one next month, August 28th, I believe. So I hope to see you guys then. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.